Hello, YouTube subscribers. Today or tonight, whenever you're watching this, I am doing another fairy tale. Not really Disney fairy tale, but fairy tale movie review. If I will say now, if you guys see Wicked, the title Wicked, basically, yeah, you already know what this video is about. The picture of the video. You guys don't want to click on it, that's cool. I understand not many viewers like fairy tale stuff, not like the Wicked Wizard of Oz, which is cool, which is fine. But if you do, you click on this video anyway, I'm glad that you did. I'm very happy that you did because it gives this video views. I'm glad that anyway. Anyway, basically, my subscriber, you clicked on this video. I thank you. Either other way, if you didn't want to or not. So I thank you. But basically, get this out of the way. Was I excited? Not really. I knew it was a play. That's all I thought it was, based on a play by the two point of views of Glinda, the Good Witch, and the Wicked Witch. I'm gonna take this off. Yeah, I'm gonna try and keep this on. Yeah, I got this for the review. Hoping that, hey, do a review on this movie and might as well look kind of dorky while doing it. Enjoy myself while doing it. And to be honest, yeah, like I was saying, I wasn't so excited. I wasn't so happy. I like Wizard of Oz. Don't get me wrong. As you guys may know already, I like the whole fairy tale aspect of princesses, princes, villains, and stuff like that. So, because I did do reviews for the Disney movies Descendants. So, and I do like Disney's ABC TV series Once Upon a Time. So, and how that doesn't just show the aspect, how that's kind of like Descendants. It doesn't show like the aspect, just the aspect of the good, of the heroes. It also show the aspect of villains. So, I'm gonna take this off. This is not gonna stay. I'll just put it right here. Um, um, but so the more I learned about, my mom and my sister was more excited for Wicked than anything. So I went ahead and told my mom, hey, let's push it, let's go, let's have fun. Sadly, my sister couldn't go, so my mom had one extra ticket. I didn't want her to go alone and waste the second ticket, so I went with her. Well, a few days before that, I I did a little research, a little extra research while listening to free spoiler-free reviews from my mom to let her know that it was good by some people's point of view. And basically, as I did more research, after I listened to like 4 reviews of somebody saying, yeah, it's good, it's really good, all the music, all the songs pops out, the storyline is great, yada yada yada, I'll get, but I did more research, realized that Wicked is actually a book, part of a book series after Wizard of Oz, run by the same author that did the book Wizard of Oz and the rest of the books after Wicked. And then that's when they did the play. But the play, they wanted to do so much from the book, but they couldn't because they decided there's so much from the book, they had to limit themselves. So they just did the points of views between Glinda, the Good Witch, and the Wicked Witch. That was the only story plot they wanted for the play, because that was the only thing they were kind of limited to. So once Universal was gladly able to do a movie version of Wicked, and Universal got a director. Well, this director thought, well, it's based on a book. The book is more in depth, is more good, and yes, there is a play. So how can I mix those two in together and still please everybody, that fans of the book and fans of the play, and fans that loves both, because not many fans that read the book loves the play. Everybody that loves the play don't like reading the book, but there are some fans that love both. So the director was trying to put those two together. After I found that out, I was more excited after I found out that basically he was trying to do the whole entire book, after he was trying to do every single page, chapter from the book, while keeping it a musical, keeping the musical theater side alive for the theater musical fans. So, and he was, I will say, he was successful, or at least to my point of view, by my point, he was successful, because, and I did like this movie. And my mom, my mom, once we got there, she was really hoping for a bucket, and she got a bucket. I'm glad that she was able to get a bucket. And then after we went to go see the movie, my mom really loved the movie, so basically, I grabbed her the hat, not really noticing that basically she also wanted Glinda's wand and tiara. So I basically asked my mom if I could borrow it for the review, making myself look goofy for you guys while doing the review. But the review for the movie, okay, yes, you gotta really watch the movie to understand where he's going with it, his point of view. And like I said, he's trying to do every page, every word, every chapter into this movie while doing the musical side from the theater. And while he's doing this, yes, then you understand completely. Then you get a full, better picture of why this is a part 1 and part 2 situation. Now, please don't comment down below, oh, it's not a part 1 and part 2 situation. Have you not seen the merchandise? The posters. Yes, there is no part 1 on the title, on the posters, on the toys boxes. Yes, I got. But if he did, none of the people around the world would have gone and see it, unless you're the fans of the books and play, then you would have. But other audiences that don't know would not have gone and see it, including, there's not much people anymore that loves the ideas of part 1 and part 2 movies, because now we gotta wait till next year, and now we'll be fully drawn away from it, and what's the point? Because then we have to redraw. So that's why we have movies that come out on DVD and Blu-ray, or streaming now. Now it's streaming too. So, so we get to rewatch it when we can, when we want to. Um, but also because he also you get, and by doing this and by putting more detail, more depth into each character, like how it's not really a movie and really more of a TV feeling show feeling, that basically you 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 get more of a feeling of how each character is. And yeah, you still get if you're one of those people that just ignores what the other half of the movie is really explaining, and and you basically take just one half of the portion of basically the spoiler alert, letting you all know now, spoil alert video review, that Oz is the villain. He is the villain. And that, oh, he's a male, and of course the male is the villain. And the Wicked Witch and Glinda is the pure good ones because they're female and females cannot do wrong. Correction. That is not what this movie is laying out. That's not what this movie is displaying. That is not the direction. No. Basically, yes. Oz, the Wizard of Oz, is the villain. He is basically the mastermind. He lies to the people and shit. And that basically, as we follow Glinda, the Good Witch, and the Wicked Witch, see both sides of the story. See where their direction is heading. We see the Wicked Witch, how basically her mother was a whore, which basically was exactly in the book, and how she only slept with two men, her husband and the wizard, in the book. Okay, cool. But in the book, she drank a green elixir that the wizard gave her to hopefully save her baby. And that but in the movie, they just once the wizard came over, he just automatically they automatically just started drinking the green elixir, the for fun, while they are kissing each other. And um so it and then so that's like their short way of putting it in the movie, that's why she came out green. But also, when I started theorizing that from the book, when if she got pregnant, was the Wicked Witch really the daughter of the husband, or Oz, or the Wizard of Oz? The movie, on the other hand, still gives that same feeling where it leaves you theorizing: is she really the daughter of her husband, of basically the husband, or the Wizard of Oz? In my opinion, I'm leaning that she's more the daughter of Wizard of Oz. And in my point of view, that would be great to throw out in part two, because it would just give more conflict, more better point of view of daughter of him being more afraid of his daughter, more afraid of her, because she was born with magic. She came out green skin, and basically she just, that storyline where they could automatically throw out in part two that she is the wizard's daughter, and that could make him fear her a lot more. And all through the beginning, you see Glinda and the Wicked Witch Glinda being trying to be this cute, innocent college, high school, whatever princess, annoying, and she does get annoying by hair flipping. She does that all through the movie, non-stop, which I'm thinking, okay, you would get a headache unless you have no brain. Second of all, she's not really good. She does have a evil side, along with her friends, which her friends more push that evil side along with her. And basically, once the Wicked Witch shows up, they are not automatically friends, even though Glinda tries to look nice and good and pure and oh my goodness, but it doesn't at first turn that way. Everybody is afraid of her because how strong, powerful the Wicked Witch is. And over time, as they start as enemies and try to get along, or act like it, over time, you see Glinda and the Wicked Witch quickly bond over one thing. That basically the one thing that Glinda did was to help Glinda helped the Wicked Witch's sister to have a boyfriend to go and invite and have that boy invite her to a dance, and then which the Wicked Witch told her thank you for her and her sister, which that boy didn't really do it for the Wicked Witch's sister, but more for Glinda, because that boy. And that's what the movie also shows, that basically, if you're a different race, if you're a different type of form of to race, disability, even they throw out as a form of animals, that doesn't matter who you are, you will be judged before you are known. And just because of that, we do not care. That is the main thing about this movie that gets thrown out there, that you see throughout the movie. Not female being more stronger than men, is that basically alongside of a bunch of songs, that basically you see everybody judging animals, animal cruelty, that basically just because the animals are animals doesn't mean we have to treat them as people. It doesn't mean animals have feelings. No, you do, because that's part of life. It's like that's saying that you don't have feelings, and who cares about your feelings? And that exactly goes for the Wicked Witch, and that basically, and everybody judge her because of her green skin, of her strong magic ability, before not knowing to get to know her, and that little munchkin boy tries to get with Glinda, the good witch, when she's more of me, popular girl, all special. And he is like the nerd, and trying to get with the most hottest popular girl that's like part of the cheerleading group or whatever. Um, and that doesn't pan out well when she leads him, and he does. And like I said, was beginning to say, he didn't really go to ask the Wicked Witch's sister out because he wanted to. It was more to impress Glinda because Glinda told him to, because Glinda wanted him off her back. Which I can kind of understand now. That's how high school is, and to be honest, you're gonna get that with every generation. And at some point, the Munchkin realized that basically, yeah, Glinda's not into him, so he is gonna try to give his effort at first, but then he sees Glinda and starts walking away from the Wicked Witch's sister. We don't see how that turns out after we see the Wicked Witch and Glinda goes take a trip to Oz, to go see the Wizard of Oz. But after the Wicked Witch goes tell Glinda thank you for doing something nice for her sister, that basically Glinda's friends told her to do something mean with this, and that basically since Glinda's grandmother made her this and she doesn't like it because it's yuck, then basically give it to the Wicked Witch and have her wear it to the dance, because how it would be so funny to start laughing and make fun of her because she's wearing a black evil hat, including how it's so ugly too. I will say at some points here and there, this movie did make me tear up and cry, including just out of anger. Because you're not looking at it as you're looking at it as the character's point of view and how they feel, but also how you feel, how your point of view of all this, and how you're in a way of connected to how this person might be feeling, how that person might be feeling, how your life may have been somewhat similar to that, and how it knocks you down, but how you rose up to the occasion and made yourself stronger. And that's exactly, and at that moment at the dance, after Isabel, the Wicked Witch, did something nice for Glinda. Glinda regretted what she did and after the Wicked Witch started dancing by herself, that a few minutes later, Glinda started to step in and dance with her, and then that's when everybody started dancing with her. Along with, you slowly realize you have these two girls, Glinda, that's falling in love with this prince that just got there, and you got the Wicked Witch that at first wasn't impressed with the prince, but slowly did fall in love with him. And then before they went to go up to the trip to see the Wizard of Oz, you slowly realize that the prince is no longer in love with Glinda, but more with the Wicked Witch, because how he feels more connected to her than Glinda, and because and then the animal cruelty, the harming of animals, how basically animals shouldn't have a voice, should be caged, should be treated as such as beasts. And who cares if we eat them? Who cares if they have feelings? And and that's where, and then they're after they drag away their teacher, that is an animal, to basically shut him up and prison him. And this movie does have really good actors and actresses with really good acting, and it's the story. Basically, the story plot's good. It's really good for what it is. Doesn't matter how long it is. You basically, the story plot of how these characters are and how they build up to each other, how they're all connected. It's it's a good story plot. It's a good point of view on life, on things, and not just of a science fiction point of view, but on life and how life can be. And yes, not all men are bad, and not all women are bad, and it comes from both sides, both point of views. The CGI in this movie, I didn't really thought was that terrible. I thought it was very good, more than what Disney has been doing with their live action shit. Um, um, and basically all the sets of this movie is actually by them actually building the set. So like most of the school, the train, so the castle of the Emerald City. So and for this to be a part 1, part 2 situation, I see it as a more bigger picture, as a more bigger extending picture, because for part 1 to do as this good, in my point of view, it's good with its story plot of how it first began to tell it / sing it. I mean, most of the songs, like the beginning song, it doesn't feel like it has to be there, but it's there to serve a musical purpose, which is okay. But the rest of the songs throughout the movie, it has a purpose, it has a meaning, and I do like how they set the songs for the rest of the movie, how the rest of the movie played out on its own. But the beginning song, where basically it was explained the story part of basically the Wicked Witch's mother was sleeping between her husband and the Wizard of Oz, and that musical, and a song during the birth of the Wicked Witch. It's like, no, that part that song of that part of the movie could have been skipped. That song could have been taken out. I mean, but them just explaining that part by story, talking, not really singing, would have been fine, would have been great. The rest of the songs, cool, keep. While taking a break from each song from each song in the rest of the movie. The ending, I don't think it was that bad. I actually thought it was very good for an ending. Does it feel like a part 1? Does it feel like a part 1 ending? Sure, yes it does. But you really don't mind it after you watch it, because you understand the director's point of view of how he sees this part one and part two situation between the book and the play and the book, in which alongside of the musical feeling that reference more of the play, the director does have the two actresses that's in the play uh, of Wicked that plays the Wicked Witch and Glinda the Good Witch to come in this movie, in the Wicked movie, and be on a stage explaining the origin story of the great and terrible Wizard of Oz. And so um so it and part two, and how I see part two playing out is that there could be a possibility the director could reveal that basically, yes, the Wicked Witch is the great and terrible Wizard of Oz's daughter, and that basically and that the Wicked Witch finds that out, or she never finds that out, and that the audience is just leaves that up to their mind. Yes, it's his daughter, or no, it's not his daughter. Eh, her mom never got pregnant by the wizard. So that's basically at those moments still left up to us, like it was in the book. But in the part two situation, the director could change that, and I hope he does, because to me, I think that would be very cool. That would be very fun, and more conflict between him and the Wicked Witch. And and this is how I see it. If part two does very well as so far as part one is doing, then he could do the second book, the Witch's Son, the Son of the Witch. Then the third book, and then I think there's a fourth book, and then even after those other three books, he could always redo The Wizard of Oz and do it as exact the way the book was, as he's doing with the Wicked movie, between the book and the play. I mean, sure, the classic Wizard of Oz is a classic. It should not be touched. That I do agree on. But knowing the way this director is doing stuff in the Oz world, he could actually successfully touch the classic Wizard of Oz, fix what most fans actually still didn't like from that classic movie, and deliver on that. And there was some references, like, yeah, sure, there were still red ruby slippers. There was their mother slippers, which was still silver, but were silver, a form of a silver slipper, but it was more revealing the foot a little bit, and with a design revealing the foot and diamonds all over it. So it's the movie goes up and down, depends how you feel about it, depends how you look at it, depends if you actually can get into it. That's how I feel. That's how I see other people with this movie. If you can, you can. You can't, then don't go. If you can't, and you know you can't, just don't go unless you have a girlfriend, you want to impress her and get laid. That's how I see it. But me, as rarely a music movie person, and love fairy tale movies, that most time is a music movie, I did end up liking it overall, even though I still had a little bit of a doubt. So, I give it I give Wicked Part 1, 5 stars. 5 stars. I give the story plot 5 stars. I give the CGI 5 stars. I give the set building, like building most of the sets, 5 stars. I give the acting 5 stars. Everything in this whole entire movie is 5 stars. Even though it does feel like it's being dragged out just a little bit to give in a little bit more detail that you feel like may not needed, but at some point it will. It's still a 5 star point of view by me, at least. So drop your comments down below. What did you think of Wicked? If you saw Wicked, what's your who's your favorite Oz character? Is it the wizard himself? Is it the Wicked Witch? Which Oz appetite? Which Oz version is your favorite version? Is it the great and powerful Oz? Or is it the classic Wizard of Oz? Is it most of the other versions of Wizard of Oz? Or is it just Wicked? Who was your favorite actor or actress that played in those movies that you liked it more? Basically anything of Wizard of Oz, by actors and actresses, to TV shows, to movies. Just comment it down below of anything Wizard of Oz. If you and what was your point of view on Wicked? Also, hit that like button if you liked this video, and if you did, please hit comment down below what you liked in this video. Please hit that dislike button if you didn't like this video, and if you didn't, please comment down below of what you didn't like about this video. And if you're a old subscriber, welcome back. I appreciate you guys always keep coming back. If you're a newcomer randomly dropping by, I appreciate you watching my video, and I will also appreciate you hitting that subscribe button, because I welcome all new and old subscribers with open arms. Have a nice day, have a nice night whenever you're watching this. Peace.